So customs have always been kind of a coping mechanism for me. I've always found that I could tap into that art to be able to express some of those feelings and emotions that I often struggle with expressing and sharing. But it's also a way for me to help other people express and share theirs. I've done a lot of customs, but it's hard for me to have time to do customs for a lot of people that ask for them. I have a full-time job and 2 kids, so I don't always have the most time to try to put some of these together. When the Jordan 1 Heritage released, I immediately liked the shoe just because the color blocking was a little bit different. It goes back to that fragment color blocking, but I knew I wanted to try to do a Chicago color blocking custom on one of these. And knowing that a lot of other people were wanting them too, I wanted to try to do something that I've never done before, and that's customize a full-size run. Now, it's very difficult for me to sit in one place. Number one, because of my ADD, but number two, because when you sit in one place, it causes you to do a lot of thinking. You have to spend a lot of time with yourself, and there are a lot of things that I struggle with internally. So the idea of sitting in one place and customizing a minimum of 13 or 14 pairs of shoes, I'll be honest, it was scary. Anytime I do a custom, I don't necessarily know exactly how long it's going to take, but I wanted to commit to something. I wanted to commit to something for my own personal growth. I wanted to create something meaningful. This batch of customs is different than a lot of the ones that I do because these were 100% painted by hand. A lot of the customs that I do, I'll airbrush, but this one I wanted to sit down and spend some time with them and create something that whether you wear them or whether you display them, you have a physical art piece. Each pair took approximately 10 plus hours. Each custom, I took the label off of the original box and put it on the custom box. Each pair is individually numbered, and so on that box, I wanted you to be able to see which number you were getting. I didn't do these in sequential order because when I was younger, my last name starts with a W, and so I remember every single time, we'd have something going on and there was a roll call or names were being called, including when I graduated high school, W was always one of the last letters called. And so I didn't want, based on the size of the shoe, to dictate which number it was in the order, and so the numbers were chosen at random. I understand I could have connected the number of pairs to Michael Jordan's number 23, but this was less about Michael Jordan's story and more about my story. That's why there are 21 pairs. 21 was the number that I wore in high school and in college. I was a multiple sport athlete, and at the time Deion Sanders was one of my favorite athletes. And so when it came time to choose how many pairs I wanted to do, 21 was an easy number to go to. The box or the case for each pair is transparent, and that symbolizes the transparency and the vulnerability that we all show to do things like this, to talk about emotions and talk about feelings, to share our art or share our work or whatever we do, to share it with the world, knowing that people are going to hate, that people are going to scrutinize. No matter how positive what you're doing is, there are going to be people that put it down or try to minimize the work and the effort that you put into something. This project, when I thought about doing it, the first thing that came up were my feelings of anxiety and self-doubt. But every time that I told myself that I can't do this, I had to switch my mindset and tell myself that I can. So over and over and over, I kept saying I can. And so that was the premise of this project. It's the I Can project. So with each pair, you'll see a custom etched glass that has the number of the shoe, but also has the words I can. And it's to be a constant reminder that no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what you're struggling with, no matter how difficult it is, I want you to have a reminder that you can. Whether you're wearing these shoes, or whether you're displaying them somewhere or you're drinking out of the glass, I want them to be a constant reminder of what you've been through, that you made it through it, and a motivator that if you do go through something again, that you can make it through that too.